It wants me. It needs me. It feels me. Hello interwebs and welcome back. I'm Shana and this is where I share my life and stories, invention, opinions, and whatever else I feel like. And today we are back with another creepy, spooky story. This one was submitted by our lovely friend and subscriber, Holiday G. I've read a few of his poems, his horror-themed poems, over here on my channel, and I've loved them. I know you guys have loved them, so I'm really looking forward to reading this as well. If you too would like me to read your creepy, spooky poem or story, there's a link to that email down in the description box below. Send it on over. I look forward to reading it. I read all of these things candidly and in the moment. I don't pre-read them, so you get live reactions from me, and that is just my little caveat for you guys. So now, without too much rambling, let's go ahead and get into it.
Attachment by Holiday G.
I've had the same recurring dream many times, and it haunts me. Every time I have the dream, I am aware of what is going to happen, and that it is the dream, yet there is no stopping it. Please be aware that this dream is graphic and disturbing, but the sleeping and uncontrolled mind has no boundaries, so I will explain it in detail. So I'm living in this flat above a shop. The flat is all open plan with a lounge area, dining area, kitchen, and bedroom all open to each other. It's basically one large room that lacks one thing: color. Everything is void of any color whatsoever. I wouldn't say it's black and white. I would call it drained, lifeless, dead. There are patterned rugs and curtains, but filled with just nameless shapes. The atmosphere is damp and oppressive, and only has one visible window at the front of the room. It's as if the building has been condemned, yet here is where I find myself living. The dream always starts the same. I'm sitting on the sofa at the end of the room watching television. Yet again, something isn't right. I'm not so much watching as looking, staring, gazing in the direction of a very old television set. It's the kind of set that has a stand built in and is massive in bulk, yet the screen is small. There are images on the television, but I can't tell you what they are. It's almost as if it's irrelevant and that it is just a set dressing on a stage. Again, it's totally dead in color and life. Although I am next to the window, I cannot see out. It is as if a thick fog has gripped the building, and nothing is visible through the glass. So I'm sitting. It always starts with me sitting, until I hear a noise from the other end of the room. A dull thud, a solid noise that, although not loud, carries weight. The kind of sound a sack of potatoes hitting a wooden floor would make. Immediately, I look down the room, yet there is nothing other than featureless furniture. The room becomes like a tunnel, and I'm looking into it, yet there is nothing other than an image of the place where I live. It's as if I'm looking at an aged photograph through a clouded lens, but then thud, and again, the noise vibrates through me. Getting up slowly from the sofa, I move through the room and toward the noise. There is no fear, only intrigue. Yet still, there is no visible evidence of where the noise is coming from, but it continues. Thud, thud, thud. So I continue, deeper into the room, looking for the source. Past the dining table and chairs, there is a handrail which leads to a staircase going downwards. As I look down the stairs, there's an old crumbling door at the bottom. The stairs are lined with a thick carpet that is damp with the smell that shows its age. The staircase leads to a shop. The flat I'm living in is above a shop, and there is a direct access to the upper floor flat through this door in the shop, but I am at the top looking down the staircase and directly onto the door that leads into the shop. Thud! The noise continues, and there is no doubt that the noise is coming from beyond the door at the bottom of the staircase and from the shop. Still, without fear, almost as if I am functioning predetermined actions, I go down the thick, carpeted, and colorless stairs until I reach the door. The door is made of wood, yet is rotted, and the paint is flaking away from its surface. It is all cracked and looks as though it has been exposed to the elements for too long. Pushing at the door, it opens, and the source of the noise becomes visible. In front of me and on the shop floor is a heavily pregnant woman slumped to the ground. Like a puppet on strings, her lifeless body stands up but immediately slumps back again as if its strings had been cut. She does this a number of times, jumping up and immediately flopping down again. She is lifeless, yet moving. Her body is a marionette puppet under a control not of her own. She then hits the floor harder and slumps backwards on her back with her feet facing me and her head furthest away. Her head is arched backwards, but her knees are raised and her body pushed upward. Then, with her legs parted, slowly she begins to give birth. Now, the fear hits me, yet I am frozen in terror. I cannot do anything else but look and watch as she slowly delivers a shape. I notice from under the woman's dress, 2 very small arms slowly emerge and pull back onto the item of clothing. What is revealed is a semi-born baby, dragging itself out of its host by clawing at the wooden floor. It continues to pull itself free, and just before the final pull, looks at me deeply. It then hits the floor in a sack of afterbirth and blood, but its head and arms free. Not once does it break free from looking at me. It begins to dig its fingers into the floor and pull itself toward me, looking at me, wanting me. Still, I am frozen. A primal fear, and I am in its grasp. As the baby approaches, it is suddenly held back. It reaches for me, but cannot move forward, as if it is being pulled. What I see is that the baby is being held back by the umbilical cord, which is attached to its mother like an anchor, a dead weight. I sense a moment of relief. It cannot reach me. Yet its little hands with sharpened nails dig into the floor and begin to drag not only itself, but also the body of its mother, to which it is still attached, forward. Now, this is when my frozen body reacts. I move backwards, turn to the door, open it, and run up to the top of the stairs. Thud, thud. The noise starts once more. Standing at the top of the staircase, I look down, and what I see terrifies me. A small pair of hands gripping on the door frame, moving itself and the lifeless bulk it is attached to forward. Then it climbs one stair and a second, all the time still dragging its mother's body behind. Again, I freeze in fear, but it continues to climb the stairs. It wants me. It needs me. It feels me. And then, on the step below mine, it reaches upward toward me, and I wake. Even though I've had the dream a great many times, I have always awoken before it reaches the top of the stairs. And that is the end of this story/dream. I would love to hear down in the comments below if anybody is good with like dream interpretations. What do you think this dream means? Now I know, G, that you shared with me that you were worried that I would think poorly of you for this dream. Honestly, I was expecting this to be something like really horrific when I was told that by you, and I do not think poorly of you at all. If you knew half the dreams I had, this is not terrible about you as an individual or your psyche by any means. However, this is definitely super, super creepy, and I am really curious where this kind of manifestation or this idea comes from, as well as what would happen if this thing reached the top of the stairs. What even is this thing? I don't know. But I know that this is really creepy. Also, I really feel like this would be an interesting story if made into a small animated feature as well. I know I've talked about that several times with different things, but being so into the creepy webtoon stories, I think has really gotten me into that kind of vibe. And I think this would be really, really cool to see animated and just have it black out at the end there where it's like almost reaching the top of the stairs, but hasn't quite. I don't know. Very, very cool though, and very interesting. You guys will have to let me know what you think about it down in the comments below, because guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you don't know what to comment down below, leave some baby emojis. I know, sorry for laughing. That sounds terrible, but leave the baby emojis. Not only does that help out my channel a lot, but it lets me know that you were here. It gives us a chance to chat. It lets me know you made it to the end of the video. And of course, I just love to see your faces down there. If you want another way to help on my channel, down below there are links to my website, my merch store, and my Patreon. There's zero obligation to check any of those out, but if you want to, you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you so very much. Remember to go show Holiday G some love. Remember to stay Genki AF, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh, hello there. Yes, this is me casually drinking from my Genki AF merch because I don't have any bloopers to share. But if you like my cup or my shirt or some leggings or some socks, there's links in the description below. Be Genki and enjoy your coffee or tea or water or whatever else you like to drink from mugs.